Hello and welcome to Quail Tales. I've done a bit more work on their hutch to make it a bit more inhabitable for them. So I'd like to show you that and just show you how the quail are getting on. So, one thing I have noticed is that the girls don't go into this part of the hutch. I say girls, I mean girls and boy. So we have, let me just step back. Dum-de-dum. So we have the hutch like that, and the area with the wire. Obviously there's light getting in there, and that's the area that they stay in mostly. There is a little hole in the wall so that they can come in here. And what I'd done in here was I'd put this little grass hidey hole, and there's shavings on the floor, but to be fair, there's a few feathers in there and that is it. There's no poo. They haven't been in there because they poo a lot. They haven't been in there at all. Even at night they stay out in this other part. They stay in here. They're quite happy in here, and they actually they sit down just peering out of the wire just into the darkness. They're quite happy. So I figure they don't like the dark area. So what I'm going to do is I'm either going to make a new door, and that door will be in effect like this one with the wire, or I might just take off that wood. That probably looks like the easier option, although I don't know because it looks pretty secure. I don't know whether it's been glued as well as tacked on. So I think I quite fancy having a shot at making a door as well. I've never done that before. I do have a little inkling that I would do that. So yeah, so my thinking is I'll make a door. I'll take this door off, just take it off at the hinges, and I'll replace it with a door with wire. And in that way, I'm pretty sure that the quailies will start using this part of the hutch, and that will give them a bit more room. And that being the case, what I'm going to do in this area is I'm going to get some trays, probably some, you know, the trays that you put plants on top of, and I'm going to fill those trays with compost, with soil from the garden, and maybe soil from the compost bin, hopefully that has little invertebrates in it, little beasties. So I'm hoping then that the quail will come in, because they do love eating invertebrates, I am told. That's what they eat. And that will give them some fun. That will give them things to do. And I can just swap that in and out. So they'll be getting rid of slug eggs and little slugs and little wood lice and anything else that's in the compost, in the soil that I put in here. I can bring that out, bring some more in, and they can be doing a little bit of gardening for me. That is the idea. And that in that way it'll keep them stimulated and give them some natural behaviour. So that's phase one, and I'm hoping I'll be able to do this, get this door done at the weekend, this Friday evening. So I'm hoping I'll be popping over to the B&Q. Other DIY stores are available, and I'll be getting the stuff I need to make a door. Never done anything like this before. I think I've got the tools though, and we'll just see. Here we are. Hello troops. That's Queenie, if ever I've seen Queenie, with her little beard. Hello there, wee girl. I am wondering, you know, that if Queenie is just a little bit more mature than the other girls, and that all the girls might end up getting beards. And if that's the case, then I have no way of identifying them. Hello, you. There's little Quentin. Oh, hello there, pet. You little tiny tot. Hello, Quentin. What's this big thing I'm pointing at you? There. They do seem quite happy. I think I'll give them a bit more space. That's what I'm aiming to do. And a little bit more natural activities. As I said, by putting some compost next door and opening that up to the daylight. That's stage 1. I have stage 2 to talk about in a little while as well. So there's little Quentin. Now, one thing I have found the girls, and Quentin I think as well, do like eating is millet. You know the millet you buy for your budgerigars? That stuff there. You normally hang it up, but it's fallen down. So they've having a little peck at that. And they've been munching at the lettuce that I put in. You're a pretty wee girl. How can we tell who you are? What distinguishing marks do you have? You're just about to poo, aren't you? Yes. They like pooing. That's one thing I've discovered. Yes. What I've been doing up till now is, in the morning and in the evening, I've just been donning a pair of gloves and basically skimming the surface of the shavings and removing the poo and feathers and any debris that I can find, and then mixing this, fluffing up the shavings again. And I figure that if I keep doing that and then just add shavings every so often to top it up, it should keep it nice and fresh. What are you lot doing? Are you having a dust bath? Oh, gosh, they can move fast when they put their minds to it. Just hope they don't run out this door. Fortunately, I think they're too worried by me to do that, but geez, I'd never catch them. So that's little Quentin in the corner with his fawn, his sort of ready fawn breast without speckles, and then the one in front of him is one of the girls. He's now got two girls there. Is that Queenie? I think that's Queenie with him. I'm going to have to top up their food. I'm sort of having to stretch in there to get their pellets. They're fairly going through the pellets. I'm assuming they're eating them and not just mixing them in. Hello, you. What a beautiful boy. I had heard that the males are more likely to be tameable, or at least be a bit more curious inquisitive, but he's very shy, and I don't know whether just because he was put with the girls last week and the girls all had grown up together, whether that's just why he's a little bit shy and retiring at the moment. Hey, you hiding in there? Now what are this lot doing? Oh, who's that? Who's in there? Hello there. That is meant to be the dust bath, but they've not been using it as a dust bath very successfully so far. I'll maybe try and get finer sand. And here we have... Hello. Hello. They love just looking out the... I was saying, going to say looking out the window. They love just looking through the bars of the little cage. Don't you? You're very curious. See, I think she's getting some little beardy feathers as well. I think probably the whole beardy feather thing is not only going to work with Queenie for a while, and then I have no chance of identifying them. Hey ho. Maybe it's for the best. Not knowing their names. Not knowing their names? Not naming them. Because they don't have names at the moment, most of them. So far though, excuse me, I am very, very pleased with them. Lovely little birds. Lovely, lovely little birds. Did I tell you that they're molting? You probably see there's a few feathers kicking about. There's been quite a few. Tiny, tiny. Look at that. Tiny, tiny feathers. It's a beautiful one actually. So yeah, they're molting. Some of their older feathers are coming out and they're getting newer ones in, I guess. And even although they're tiny, I wonder if it's just the remains of the initial feathers they got as youngsters. I don't know. But anyway, yes, so a little bit of a molt. Oh, look. A little dust bath. Now there's a fly phone in here. I wonder if any of them will go for it. Oh, my cuties. Having a little dust bath. Hello, you. Yes, I'm loving quail keeping so far. And as long as they're happy, and you know, not bored and getting some natural behaviour as much as they can do, then I'm happy. See one of the girls there? She's sitting down and having a munch on some of the millet. Good girls. And good boy. I'm so used to having female chickens that I keep calling them all girls. Hello you. But there's little Quentin, who's a very lucky boy, because many boys don't make it to his age. And when they do, that's it. Because there's not really a big market for boy quail. Well, not live boy quail anyway, but we won't tell you about that. Hey Quentin, you're a lucky one. You get 4 ladies for yourself. Hello there, tiny tots. I think that's Queenie in the dust bath. And I'm not sure who's in the undergrowth. Process of elimination would say it's Quentin. Oh, and it's not, is it? No. Where's Quentin? Oh, it was Quentin. There he is. Hey girls and boys. Oh, 4 now. I've got a wee tiny tot there. Hi you. There's Quentin there. What are you doing? Hmm? Why are you over here in your toddles? So, have a look at that lettuce, if you can, through the bars. I think they've polished off quite a lot of that, which is great. So it's taken me all blooming afternoon. I'm not what you would call a natural carpenter or joiner, but I now have replaced the solid door with one with weld mesh on, and I've put a tray of soil from the garden in there. And let me see if I can open it. It's a bit stiff. Hey there. Hello, Queenie. Oh. What's that? Hello. Oh, you're very pretty. You are. So one of the girls was in having a wee root around. I'm sure they'll have a look at that and have a play around in that shortly. But I'm quite pleased with my door. The biggest problem I had was screws. The screws they gave me with some of the fittings were just a pain in the neck. They're not Phillips, not the crosshead, but just the straight ones, and it's murder to try and get them in using a drill. I always find the drill sort of scoot all over the place. So these ones I had to screw in manually. And these ones I just replaced with screws that I had kicking about the place, but I do need to get some more. So I didn't make a great job of it. But it's very, very secure, I think. So I'm quite happy. And I think the girls are too. thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Quail Tales. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments about what you think. That'd be wonderful. And yeah, I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye bye for now.